Jungkook has remained a recurring figure across American media outlets. Whether in entertainment columns, social media coverage, or mainstream pop culture commentary, Jungkook's name continues to trend. Notably, this attention is not tied to current activities or new releases. Instead, it centers around one recurring question: when will Jungkook return, and what can fans expect next? Top-tier US media platforms like Rolling Stone, Billboard, People, and E! News frequently highlight Jungkook in their content, referencing his breakout solo success and his potential impact on future music trends. Articles speculate on his next move and revisit the extraordinary performance of his solo projects, especially in the American market. Even without recent promotions, Jungkook's catalog remains strong. Songs like 7, 3D, and Standing Next to You continue to maintain impressive positions on streaming platforms such as Spotify and Apple Music. Data shows that listeners in the US are still engaging with his work daily, and this ongoing performance has kept his name in the spotlight. American fans, in particular, are playing a key role in maintaining this visibility. Across platforms like Twitter, X, TikTok, and Instagram, fan-driven content keeps Jungkook trending through short videos, edits, countdowns, and speculative posts. The excitement surrounding his return, whether for new music or a solo tour, is constantly being amplified by online communities. American talk shows and radio programs are also contributing to this attention. Hosts from programs like The Zach Sang Show, SiriusXM, and iHeartRadio frequently bring up Jungkook when discussing international artists with crossover appeal. These discussions often revolve around the unique position Jungkook holds as a Korean artist who has not only broken into the US market, but also competes with top Western pop stars in chart performance. Industry insiders have noted how rare it is for an international artist to maintain such consistent relevance in the American media without active campaigns. This level of sustained interest indicates that Jungkook's brand value in the US is extremely high. Media coverage tends to spike with any small hint of activity from him, such as a brief social media update or chart milestone, and this responsiveness demonstrates the ongoing demand for his presence. Due to this, based journalists often reference how Jungkook's solo career represents a new era of K-pop in the global market. They analyze how his music style blends seamlessly with American pop sensibilities while still retaining elements of his Korean musical roots. This hybrid appeal makes him a subject of academic and critical study as well, with media experts discussing his influence in both entertainment and cultural contexts. The possibility of Jungkook returning with a full-length album or US tour is one of the most anticipated events in the international music scene today. Media commentators often speculate about potential collaborations, venues, and chart targets. There's even discussion about which American television shows might feature him next, such as The Tonight Show, The Late Late Show, or Good Morning America. Beyond music journalism, Jungkook has found mentions in broader lifestyle media as well. Fashion publications like Vogue and GQ USA discuss his influence on male fashion trends, while tech-focused platforms highlight how his digital presence shapes engagement strategies across YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Jungkook's impact has been described as media-proof, in the sense that he remains a trending topic even in periods without official appearances or projects. Media editors recognize that including his name in headlines often boosts article performance. This effect is measurable, and many outlets use it strategically to drive web traffic, viewer interest, and social media engagement. The continued presence of Jungkook in American media signals not just popularity, but strategic longevity. With media outlets maintaining regular mentions and features about him, it is evident that he is considered a vital figure in global pop culture, one whose every move is highly anticipated. As a result, the dominant narrative remains clear. The public, and especially American fans, are ready. The question is no longer if Jungkook will make a return, but when and how the next chapter of his career will redefine expectations once again. The media spotlight on Jungkook in the United States is not operating in isolation. It is deeply supported and sustained by a highly active and organized fan base. American fans, particularly those on social media and fan forums, have played a key role in ensuring Jungkook's continued presence in conversations even in the absence of new material. Their efforts are visible across all major platforms, from Twitter and TikTok to Reddit and Discord, where discussions and fan activities are nonstop. Fan engagement has not only kept Jungkook trending, but it has also created measurable interest spikes for American media companies. News articles and entertainment outlets often monitor online fan activity to gauge the relevance of a celebrity. In Jungkook's case, consistent fan interactions, such as streaming parties, hashtag campaigns, and countdown trends, have provided ongoing justification for keeping him in the headlines. Streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube continue to see high US-based engagement with Jungkook's solo work. His solo debut, 7, broke multiple records in its first week and has maintained a strong presence long after its release. Fans continue to stream the track daily, pushing it back into various regional charts. It's not uncommon for older tracks of his to re-enter charts after fans organize focused listening events, further demonstrating their collective influence. In addition, Jungkook's digital presence remains unusually strong. On TikTok, thousands of fan edits, reaction videos, and challenge videos centered around his music go viral regularly, some even without any new releases. Fans create theories, discussions, and dream set lists for his future solo tour, treating his return as a matter of when, not if. US audiences, particularly younger fans in Gen Z and millennials, are highly active in producing content around him, which in turn keeps his image fresh and relevant to broader online culture. A major reason for this persistent anticipation is that Jungkook's American fanbase has had a unique relationship with his music style. His solo work has leaned heavily into global pop, R&B, and dance genres, sounds that resonate with US audiences more directly than typical K-pop releases. Songs like 3D, featuring Jack Harlow, bridge the gap between Korean and American pop, drawing in listeners who might not otherwise be engaged with K-pop. This genre alignment has made Jungkook more accessible and familiar to the average American music consumer. His fluency in English lyrics and the global production teams behind his music have helped his solo material chart and perform like mainstream US pop releases. As a result, fans feel strongly connected to the idea that Jungkook is not just a global K-pop star, but a relevant figure in American music culture. Merchandise sales also reflect this demand. Items tied to Jungkook's solo brand, such as official albums, fashion collaborations, and digital downloads, have seen strong performance in the US market. Retailers have reported that even limited edition items sell out quickly once they're available online. Jungkook's solo identity, carefully crafted during his individual projects, has allowed him to maintain brand value independent of any group activity. Live music venues and concert organizers in the US are reportedly paying attention to these fan patterns. While no official solo tour has been announced, the demand indicators are clear. Many fans have taken to online petitions and social campaigns urging event organizers to prepare for his eventual solo tour in the United States. From major arenas in New York and Los Angeles to outdoor festivals and award shows, fans are preparing for the moment Jungkook re-enters the stage. Additionally, fan groups have created countdown clocks, fan art exhibitions, and tribute projects to maintain momentum. These aren't small-scale efforts. Many involve collaboration across states and countries, with bilingual content aimed at broader international appeal. Several high-profile fan projects have even gained media coverage, further reinforcing Jungkook's sustained visibility. It is evident that the American fanbase isn't simply consuming content passively. They are actively participating in shaping Jungkook's public image in the US, curating narratives, driving trends, and continuously pushing for his recognition in competitive entertainment spaces. These grassroots efforts have made a measurable impact not just on his streaming numbers, but also on his inclusion in media discussions, playlists, and trend reports. The ongoing commitment of these fans is one of the most compelling aspects of Jungkook's staying power. In a landscape where digital attention spans are short and media cycles move quickly, it is rare for an artist to remain consistently relevant without regular output. Jungkook's US fanbase has defied that trend, creating a model of engagement that keeps him visible, valuable, and highly anticipated. As American fans continue to wait, their dedication sets the stage for a potentially record-breaking comeback. Whether it's a new single, music video, or global tour, the infrastructure of anticipation is already built. Media outlets, music platforms, and industry insiders are watching closely, but it's the fans who have made it all possible. Jungkook's ongoing visibility in American media and fan culture is not simply a result of past popularity. It reflects a deeper structural position he holds within the US music industry. Unlike most international artists, especially those not based in the United States, Jungkook has managed to integrate himself into the core of the American pop market. His influence goes beyond K-pop and into the territory of mainstream Western music, which is notably difficult to penetrate. Several industry analysts have pointed out that Jungkook occupies a rare intersection, a global artist with both local, Korean, and international, particularly American, appeal, without sacrificing cultural identity. This balance is what gives him a unique advantage. In the US, the music industry often treats international acts as niche or trend-driven, but Jungkook's music has found longevity by matching global production quality and relevance. His collaborations with American producers and artists have been central to this strategy. Working with names like Jack Harlow and producers who have previously handled hits for Western pop stars gave his tracks an instantly familiar sonic profile. This helped his music cross over into playlists, radio rotations, and streaming algorithms that typically favor US-based content. When Seven was released, it didn't just chart well because of fan effort. It was played in public spaces, added to curated playlists like Pop Rising and Today's Top Hits, and discussed in music business columns. Its debut at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 was backed not only by ARMY, but by real mainstream visibility and traction. This marked Jungkook as a legitimate contender in the US pop landscape, not just a guest or viral moment, but a peer among top-tier performers. Music supervisors for TV, film, and advertising have also begun taking notice. Several of Jungkook's solo tracks have been considered for sync placements in Western media projects, including promotional campaigns and streaming platform originals. This consideration reflects how much his brand aligns with the broader goals of the entertainment industry, engaging younger demographics, reaching international audiences, and maintaining digital relevance. Furthermore, Jungkook's professional presentation, from his English-language performances to his American media interviews, has been consistently praised for its polish and relatability. He's appeared on major American talk shows, given interviews in fluent English, and performed live with a presence that matches local expectations. These appearances reinforced his readiness for sustained presence in the US market, not as a novelty, but as a repeatable act. His visual branding has also played a role in his stateside popularity. Jungkook's personal aesthetic, often blending high fashion with casual streetwear, has been spotlighted in American fashion outlets. Magazines like Vogue, GQ, and LUSA have featured Jungkook not only as a musical figure, but as a style icon. This multifaceted visibility keeps him relevant beyond the music charts and extends his appeal to lifestyle, beauty, and fashion audiences in the US. In addition, American brand executives are taking note. Jungkook's face and name have proven to drive engagement in advertising campaigns and consumer products. While some international artists face hesitation from US advertisers, Jungkook is increasingly being seen as a safe and profitable choice. His global recognition and positive image translate into real commercial value in the Western market. There's also an analytical aspect behind Jungkook's continued presence. US music executives and data analysts have repeatedly observed that his solo projects outperform expected metrics for engagement, stream retention, and virality, especially when compared to typical benchmarks for international acts. These statistics influence future investment decisions, which is why conversations about him continue behind the scenes. Interestingly, even during gaps in his activity, Algorithms on platforms like YouTube, TikTok, and Spotify continue to recommend Jungkook-related content to US users. This algorithmic loyalty is often driven by the sheer volume of ongoing interactions, comments, saves, likes, and playlist additions, which sustain his visibility even in competitive digital spaces. All of these elements combine to form a strategic foundation for his next steps. When Jungkook eventually launches a new campaign, whether in the form of music, touring, or partnerships, the US market is already primed. Media coverage, brand interest, playlist placement, and fan readiness are not just theoretical, they are active and measurable. Jungkook's current position in the American music industry is rare, powerful, and remarkably stable. Unlike one-time viral stars or temporary crossovers, his foundation has been laid over years of consistent output, strategic collaborations, and strong fan infrastructure. As a result, the American industry doesn't see him as someone who might return. It sees him as someone whose return is inevitable and whose impact may redefine industry standards once again.